It's creating a live. Hold up. We are live. We are actually live now. Yes.
We are live now. All right. All right. Welcome. This is episode 4 of the Somewhat Petty Podcast, October 12th, 2023. On the line with us, there are 6 of us. It is a full house today. We got Debbie Daddy. We got... Go wave. Oh, there you go. Thank you. Thank you. There's Debbie Daddy. We got Dorky Raptor. We got Dusty AF.
What's up? What's up?
We got the Wolf Gang.
Yo.
And lastly, or not last, best for last, we got a new member today, Tylito Frito. Welcome.
What's up? What's up?
Welcome to the pod. All right.
Welcome to the pod.
So, welcome everybody. Today we will do some talking and some chatting, some discussion. All right, Debbie. So the floor is yours. Take it over.
First, we'll go ahead and start talking about the new PS5 console, the design for this November. How do you guys feel about it?
Let somebody jump on
Is anyone
it.
gonna do it? Yeah.
It
No.
literally looks exactly the same.
Who wants to go first?
Exactly the same.
It's
I
just-
just spit that out
They
there.
really
It
do.
looks
I think
the same.
that expresses how much interest we have. Absolutely none. I found out recently the old plates do not fit on there. Terrible. They just released Spider-Man ones. What? Why? The digital version quietly got more expensive. It's $50 more. It's coming at $450 now. And my personal opinion, I think Sony has gone full PS3 hubris on us. They are putting themselves on pedestals right now, and I think in today's culture we call that Apple. They are taking Apple away and just running with it. They know they're the best, and they are charging every penny they can. So I mean, what do you guys think? What's going on here?
They
I'll
okay.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
You can go for it. Go for it.
Okay. So with the PS5 design, like I saw what they're doing. You got 4 panels. You can buy the digital edition, but you can pop out if you want to upgrade with the Ultra HD drive. You can pop one side out and buy it as a separate thing later on if you want to upgrade to add the disc playback. So
How much is it? Isn't it like $70 though? Like
it is like about $70 just for the add-on, when it's $450 for just a digital edition. Well, for like an extra $50, you might as well get the disc edition. I understand. I mean, it is a smaller form factor, trying to go for it, but it's kind of one of those like. I think they did say that that's just going to be the new PS5 standard. It ain't going to be anything after all the original models sold out. They're just going to run with this new one. So anyone else is going to jump in on the PS5 late game, it's going to be that version.
Yeah.
I think
Go ahead.
I think a lot of people's biggest problem is they could have did something to change the look. They didn't. It looks like they didn't even try. They just shrunk it and said, "All right, here we go."
Yeah, it just slimmed it down.
At the end of the day, like this wasn't for the consumers. This wasn't for the gamers. Let's be honest. It's more cost efficient for them. It's however you want to word it to them. I'm sure they're advertising it as it looks better. That's obviously debatable. It's not really targeting those that already have them. I think for them, it's saving them money to produce it, and like they silently increase the price. So if people are still buying them at the rate they're buying them now, at the end, it's just a win for them, really. And I think that was just the big driver.
Yeah, I think this is true with most consoles. They usually set it at a loss. They get most of their big sales through software. So I guess they're trying to break even on the consoles now, since the sales are probably going to slow down. If you have a PS5, if you want a PS5, you probably have one by now. So I don't think you people
Or 2.
Yeah, or 2. Yes, or 2. So I don't think this is for like the hardcore gamers. This is for people that are just now getting one or trying to upgrade from the PS4, something like that. Or buying a
Those
gift.
holiday sales, Spider-Man sales. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I'm
are
really
they going
disappointed in the
to?
plates not fitting. Like, I feel like if anything, they should have just kept that, make the whole body slimmer. But yeah, they went completely new plates, and they're like split in fours now.
Yeah,
And it really looks not much smaller at all.
it doesn't. If you would have
Mhm.
shown me a picture, like just say which PS5 is this, probably couldn't tell you.
So was
Couldn't
the
tell you.
original PS5 still going to be sold, or is this going to be the new standard of
That
retail
would be
for
the
the
new
class?
standard for sure. Once they're gonna basically after whatever's on stock of the original model, once that goes away, they're not restocking that. They're gonna restock with the new design. So you'll get
Well,
a
I have a
smaller.
vintage PS5 as of right now.
There it is. No, no, no,
Yeah,
no,
but it's
no.
still gonna
It's,
be. No,
I
I'm not.
They've
got it.
actually
I'm not
changed
The
it already.
PlayStation thick.
I'm not. I'm
Yeah.
not changing. I'm planning to buy that cobalt blue casing and that cobalt blue PS5 controller. As much as I
Yeah.
wanted to, like, I'm not gonna buy because it's expensive, but like, I kind of want those. Those look awesome. So I'm
They
ready
do.
for that.
And
Like
this isn't the first time they've changed it either. They did
Cheaper.
something internally near the release. They made it a little lighter, like 2 grams lighter, 2 ounces lighter or something. And
Wow.
the Switch did it too. They changed the processor, but
Yeah.
they didn't call it a new Switch. So they're probably gonna get rid of the original PS5s, or like just because that's what they do. They have the
Yeah.
new one, they're gonna sell that new one. It costs more, so they're gonna make more money.
Nope. What do we got
Alrighty,
next, Big
so
Daddy?
next we got the Disney, how it's going to be part of the gaming industry and it might buy a major video game publisher. So what do you guys think about that?
Oh yeah, did y'all
I
see
just
this
saw
one?
that today. I just saw that
Yeah.
today, like a couple hours ago, to be honest. I didn't read too
Well,
much into it, but Disney's taking over.
Yeah, Disney
yeah, I
wants
mean they
it.
already own Marvel and Star Wars, so why not?
I think
Why not?
that Disney's in the
tag.
talks with Apple to be purchased, and Apple's
Oh
like,
my
"Hey,
god.
you need some gaming before we buy you." So they're gonna buy something, and then Apple's gonna buy them.
Yep.
No one's buying
Yeah.
Disney. They're one of the conglomerates, right? Isn't their parent company
So-
ABC?
Except for Apple. Except for
Nice.
Apple.
So initially, I was kind of like, it is what it is, whatever. But, I thought about it a little bit, and I had my pros and my cons. I had the thought of, well, they got IPs for days, so that makes a lot of sense. Get some Aladdin games going, get some, I don't know, Rocket Ralph games going, whatever. That all sounds fun, to be honest. Not to mention Marvel and, of course, Star Wars. So again, IPs for days. That's fantastic. But and then one of the cons was for things that they currently have out, in particular with PlayStation. What does that mean for Spider-Man? What does that mean for the up and coming Wolverine? So that does kind of worry me, being like a PlayStation fan right now. So it's like, what happens to those IPs? Like, down the road, whenever those contracts need to come back up, like, are they just going to take it? Because I don't want to lose Spider-Man 3 to Disney, and they acquire EA, and now all of a sudden EA is making Spider-Man 3 with microtransactions and
EA specialty.
a failed
Yeah.
launch. Yes. So there's some cons. And another thing that does worry me is if they do just buy a big studio, like say they buy EA Sports, because I think they were kind of rumored in there too with that. They buy EA, they do this and that. EA drops, making sports games every year or whatever they're doing. And they try to do all these Disney IPs, but Disney's so big. This goes south for them. I could just see them fire selling everything. EA just falls apart. And, there goes just one major studio for as much grief as we give them, that just falls away, with, a failed attempt from Disney trying to jump into the gaming
Yeah.
universe.
And that'd be sad because EA owns studios. They own what? EA Sports. They own Respawn. Respawn's a
Mhm.
great publisher. They make the Jedi Survivor games. They make Apex, Debbie. They also make Apex.
That
Imagine
is-
a Disney Apex, right? And that's it. They would own the IPs that
Mickey
EA
Mouse
and Respawn
skins?
have.
Woo!
That'd be cool.
I
Star
think
Wars
it's one of those
skins,
things-
let's go.
I think it's one of those
Oh,
things
the
that
Disney
it could, be,
princess skins.
it could be very good or it could be very bad, depending on what Disney does with it.
Well,
we could get a
I
new
gotta say
Star
though,
Wars game every 6 months or something. You don't know.
Well, those are already like that now, isn't it? I mean, Jedi Survivor
Well,
came
half
out
of them are
this
getting
year,
canceled,
and
but yeah, you know.
Well, I gotta say
man.
though, remember when Disney bought LucasArts and Lucas and got all the Star Wars, eventually they closed out the Lucas game division, and they were the ones who were making all the new games. They were making a lot of the Star Wars games before they started giving out the IP to like other publishers. EA currently has the rights to, or EA's making a Black Panther game, and so, I mean, now for Spider-Man and Wolverine, well, I know for Spider-Man, that's still owned by Sony by what gets distributed out, even though it's under Marvel. Sony still has the rights to do the movies and the games, but I can see Wolverine being a part of it because it's only Rocksteady that's going to be working on that game, the ones who made the Batman Arkham series.
yeah,
But right now, since we have EA has a new studio at Seattle called Cliffhanger Games, so they're the ones who are doing the Black Panther. But EA also has more deals because of the Star Wars games. So that's why we've been seeing them from EA more along. The one Star Wars game, Ubisoft's making their own, but it's with David Cage from Heavy Rain, Detroit Become Human, Beyond Two Souls. And so Disney's really kind of allowing not just EA handling the games, but I don't think Disney is going to be able to. Personally, I don't think Disney's just not gonna go forth with it, and it's gonna be more like, how can I say, like, I mean, EA usually buys out developers and then they absorb them and then close out the studios and they just move the development onto something else. But that would be my personal guess.
it might not happen. The CEO said, "What? Bob Iger, is that his name? Forget his name. That
Bob Iger?
he's like, I don't really want to. I think the word they used was non-committal. So I don't know what's gonna happen. But his advisors were the ones that were pushing him, saying, "Hey, you should try. Think about it." I don't know. Personally, I hope it doesn't happen. They're great at making all this stuff. Let the game developers, stay game developers. Even if it is EA, I'm fine.
Agree.
Yep.
We could start talking about the Company of Heroes doing a launch on Switch.
Any RTS fans here? If you like RTS, real-time strategies, Company Heroes was a game that came out in the mid 2000s, and it got a re-release on the Steam, where they can have their servers up and running, because the multiplayer on the original one, they're probably going to shut down because they were running off of GameSpies. But Company Heroes has had a sequel and a trequel. Is that the right word? So they're up to Company Heroes 3, but Company Heroes is the collection is basically Company Heroes with the 2 expansions. This just suddenly dropped just today. If you're an RTS fan, this is a game that you can enjoy.
Real-time strategy. Okay.
Yeah. So if you played Age of Empires, you played anything like that, Halo Wars, it's literally just, making make your base, make your troops, get them over. There's plenty of options, plenty of objectives on the single player. Play on multiplayer. Now, have I looked at a video of how the performance is on the Switch? Not yet. I'm waiting for people to upload it so I can kind of get an idea. I'm a big fan of it because I used to play the heck out of that, like with a bunch of friends at a LAN center. But for me, that's a surprise announcement. That was just dropped out of nowhere. And I think it's being handled by a different studio that just handled just the port version for the Switch, because the original developers are still working on the third one. So they're doing like updates and all that stuff.
Interesting. I don't think I've ever heard of this, to be honest.
No, I've heard of it. I've never played it. I do like RTS games, but I'm of that mindset, like old games old. I don't really want to go back and play something when I can play something a little newer. I think the oldest thing I've gone. Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Go for it, Will. You can take that.
I kind of went back to like the Anno games, the Anno 1800 games. Anno games. I'm playing 1800, and that's 3.5 years, 4 years old now, and I'm having a lot of fun with that. Like that's probably like the oldest game I've played, but it's a live service game, so is it really an old game? Whatever. But yeah, I will check this out. $10 for $10, $20 for this game. I mean $30. I'll wait for a sale. Just pick it up. Try it. I'm done, Debbie. You can go ahead.
Swords, anybody want to comment? Okay.
I still barely know what that is.
Yeah, I was like, I have no idea. I can't add anything to that.
I'm the only RTS person here, apparently, other than me and Wolf. I'm probably the only RTS person that likes it. So
specific
Isn't that like what Diablo was? Like
Diablo's a ARPG.
Okay, you're right.
Technically.
Okay.
Yes, technically.
Anyways,
ARPG.
fine, it's fine. Moving on. Okay, PlayStation is now coming to PlayStation Premium Stream Gaming.
Yes. So I heard this. I think it was announced. It might have been announced a little before, but I heard it yesterday. So PlayStation Stream or streaming is coming to PlayStation Premium. I'm curious why and how it's going to the premium service or the premium tier, top tier, whatever you want to call the most expensive option of their gaming service. But yeah, it's coming. Some Xbox fans in this group really love streaming stuff to their phone. I was like, I don't know. Does this bring any excitement to anybody?
Would that be for someone who buys that PlayStation Portable? No. It's not. No, I'm sorry. That's PlayStation. That's PSP. What's the other name for it? The PlayStation.
No, you're right. The PlayStation Portable.
It is Portal. It is Portal. And
so
it is
the gaming
PSP.
service will work on that. Believe it or not, like that's going to be remote stream, like through your Wi-Fi. This is just talking about sending it straight to, I would imagine, a phone, and then maybe down the road TV apps and stuff. But I
thought it was streaming games to the PS5 the way you can on xCloud, Xbox Cloud.
Then
you can, because then you can do the stream to the PS5 and then the PS5 to the Portal, and have super latency video gaming.
Stream it to your console, and then from your console to your PlayStation Portal, and then get that extra latency. So by the time you hit that jump button, whoop, it just takes a moment.
Get the Mario hop going.
Hey, it'll be perfect for RTSs. Yeah, no?
Probably.
It would be good for turn-based games. Turn-based games. Think of turn-based games, all right?
Yeah, no.
All your JRPGs.
I mean, I'm sure I would love it.
Talk about Jump. You tried the demo, right, for Mario Wonder?
I did. I took the kiddos to GameStop to spend some of their allowance because they had way too much saved up. But no, to my surprise, there was a Nintendo station there, and I was curious. I just clicked it. Of course, it has like a whole bunch of demos. And I was like, Mario Wonder. Now, the only caveat though is I couldn't do it on a Pro controller. That's usually how I play my Nintendo games, like with that controller. But I had to play it with like the worst way possible with two separate Joy-Cons. I think my kids do that occasionally.
Oh my god! I'm fine with that.
People are like, "You could play like this," and it's like, I don't know. I'm so old school. I guess I just need my controller. So that was one caveat. I did run one level because, of course, I want to save it as much as possible till it actually releases. But I can say with confidence, it feels like a good 2D Mario game. Oh my goodness, it feels good. Dustin can share with everybody. I am not a big fan of Mario Maker, so that came out. And
I hated Mario Maker.
This is
Mario to be fair, he tried Mario Maker 2, and Mario Maker 2 was not nearly as good as Mario Maker 1. Like it just it didn't have that same magic feeling. And I think it was because Mario Maker 1 had the big tablet from the Wii U. So you're literally like editing with the pencil, and it felt like, you're actually like crafting a level. Whereas like the Switch, they try to replicate that, but you're there with your finger, and you want to play on the big TV, but it never felt right with the controller. It never felt right with the Joy-Con. The magic was gone on Mario Maker 2.
Yeah, but
Also,
going back to Mario Maker.
Another
Oh,
thing,
sorry, don't
the
go there.
game gained a lot of popularity, and so I think a lot of the online creators were more generic because a lot of people were just uploading a level for, just trying it out because the game was way more popular on the Switch than it was on the Wii U.
True. It reminds me of, I think shortly after that came out, Dreams, PlayStation Dreams came out. That one was supposedly a really good, like, game maker software game.
Oh
You could have.
yeah, I
They
remember
made it
that.
free earlier this year. So
Yeah, I know it came to Essentials too, PlayStation Essentials. It was like a
yeah,
freebie
now it's
for a
just
month
free.
too. And you're absolutely right. Like it took off, but I feel like PlayStation kind of fumbled that a bit. They didn't really feed it, I guess, or I dare say. Because yeah, I feel like it did peak. It did get hype. There was a lot of talk about it, and then all of a sudden it just fell off until I saw it in PlayStation Essentials a year later. So that was unfortunate because yeah, I think they did have something magical going on with Dreams.
It's true. Oh, did you have anything else to say about Mario Wonder?
I really like it. I think we have a winner. I don't know if anybody else has heard any of the Discord over Super Mario World. Like they are talking like this could be a potential Game of the Year nominee. I was like, I thought that was strong for a 2D Mario. I could see that for maybe another 3D, a Mario Odyssey 2. But you're gonna tell me Mario Wonder, a 2D Mario, is getting that kind of reception? I was already intrigued. I'm a big 2D Mario fan. Like we mentioned in the last pod, my favorite game of all time would be Super Mario World. Um, and yeah, I think, we're gonna touch that well, and I think they got some magic on their hands. I don't know if it'll be a Game of the Year nominee at the Game Awards, but if it is, wow, it'd be great to see Mario up there.
Huh,
Next to a
that
Zelda
would be.
game.
Well, is RPG coming out before Game Awards nominations? When does RPG come out?
I think that was
Uh,
next year.
No. It's this year, but I think it won't be considered. It is. I can give you the exact date right
Is it
now.
after the cutoff?
November 17. Yeah, so I think it would be after the cutoff because
Let's see.
That is
I
right.
don't. Yeah, I'm not sure
the
when the
cutoff
cutoff
is
is for
like
Game.
it's like the first or second week of November, I think.
So it might be just after. We'll see. I guess we'll see when they announce it, right?
Yeah, but Super Mario Maker. I mean, I'm sorry, Super Mario RPG. That's more of a remaster though, so I think that despite how good it is, like I don't think they're gonna put enough into it to vault it into like the Game of the Year discussion, especially this year. I kind of don't even think Resident Evil 4 remake would make it in there, despite how amazing that was.
And it make it because it is a remake after all.
Yeah, it's a remake, not a remaster. So I think it does have that going for it. But man, we'll see. I'm excited for that. That's a discussion for another time. Yeah.
Yeah, we had a couple weeks till then. Yes, maybe we'll play a demo of that one too.
You guys know about, Titanfall 3, possible news this month?
Man,
I
That's a
saw the video that supposedly teased it. But as usual with the internet rumors, I try not to follow them. I take them with a grain of salt. They did say that they canceled Titanfall 3, and then Reddit managed to find the YouTube video where it originally came from, and it barely was brand new, just uploaded on there. So I'm not grabbing my hopes up. I mean, it could just be someone just messing with people as much as I want to. As much I want a Titanfall 3, as much I'm not getting my hopes up. So I'm not expecting it. But if y'all want to hype yourselves up, go ahead. I just don't want to do that.
oh,
Agreed.
Tylito, can't hear you. You talking?
Uh-oh.
No, I still can't hear you.
Whoa.
Oh,
He's trolling us.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
There you
hello.
are.
I hear you.
Yeah, there you
Hello.
go.
Okay. I said they're making a Titanfall 3. We just don't know when. Do we think that it's going to be this year? Probably not, but maybe in 2 to 3 years. Because they have a lot of feedback from people finding out that they were in the process of making Titanfall 3, then they canceled it. People were outraged over that. They know they have a huge Apex following. They want Titanfall. So it's going to happen. Just don't know when.
I don't know. Right now they're following the Valve game mentality. They can't count to 3. They got 2 Star Wars Jedi games, 2
Ooh.
Titanfall games, 1 Apex game, and I think they had a Medal of Honor too. Is that the first game? Whatever.
The
Medal of Honor game.
the third Jedi game is announced. They announced it.
They didn't announce it.
Yeah, they said they're in
That's it.
the guy who plays them. He says they're.
Oh,
Oh
that's
yeah.
right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It might just be DLC. We'll see.
We shall see.
But yeah, so far they're only at 2 for all their franchises.
Respawn. Don't play with my feelings.
Right.
I know,
Don't play with their
right?
emotions like
Like
that. They know we
our
want it.
hearts are already fragile from the previous announcement. I don't know if I want another heartbreak. So
Play with my heart.
Yeah.
Speaking of
Before,
first-person shooters,
go.
I personally have no interest in this, but I know there is a lot of discourse going over it. Has Halo Infinite been saved? Did it take 5 seasons, but now it's back on the map? Is that what's going on, guys?
Yes, absolutely.
So what's going on?
It's always
What-
been
what's-
on the map. It never left the map.
Never left, but it just got
Right.
better now.
Okay, Xbox fanboys. Let's hear it.
Who's an Xbox fanboy?
it's on
Oh,
Who are you
PC.
man.
calling an Xbox fanboy?
Look
dude?
at that.
Come on.
Look,
It's so lit.
did anyone Ty about the? Did anyone tell Ty about the Halo LAN party you were having sometime?
I don't know. Does he know about
Oh,
it?
that's like
Do
3
you know
weeks.
about it?
Yeah, I read about
Yeah.
it. I think I commented I was down to go.
Okay, yeah, we already
Yeah.
settled.
Yeah.
I already set aside $50 for a figure.
Nice.
Yeah, I still got a
I
figure.
gotta do that too.
Saturday without something.
Yeah. That's not enough
Walter-
money. That's not enough.
Walter got me a Halo Infinite Master Chief figure. That's for my birthday. So, oh yeah,
Oh, look, we were-
The background's blurry, but yes.
yeah, I'm not. I don't know if you could. Yeah, you won't be able to see it. So, Halo Infinite update.
What's there to be excited for? Sell me, guys. Sell me.
The flood armor,
Flood is back.
firefight. Oh,
Fire
man.
love
fight.
Firefight.
Okay.
New
Firefight.
customization. You can actually customize armor pieces individually now without having to use the same.
Them tied
armor
to like a
set.
certain core.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, cool.
It's gonna be
Yeah,
a
that
lot,
is cool.
lot.
So
If
how
it-
is
if
the
it was-
firefight working? Is it only like in Forge or is it like an actual mode?
I think it's
Yeah,
gonna be
they-
a mode. I think it's a mode.
Okay. 'Cause
Did you play it?
know
That's
that
what
they may have just dropped more details today, I think, right? Like an embargo came up or something.
Master Chief
Okay.
is gonna be an end skin for the battle pass, I believe. So
Oh, I
Yeah,
might play.
he's part of the rewards.
Ooh,
Oh, I might actually play
yeah.
now. Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
It's already
Halo
news.
parties from now on.
Hey, if it didn't, I wouldn't mind going back if it didn't crash my game my game didn't crash every once in a while on my PC. So, but I mean, if it's, I may put
Oh.
download it on
You
my
know how to fix
Xbox.
that? You know how to fix that? You don't play
What?
on PC.
No.
You're a hater.
Not
I like-
long though.
I like a mouse and keyboard. Okay.
You can put that on the Xbox.
Just put it on your Xbox.
I don't know why you would do
There you
that,
go.
but you know, I'm not a monster.
Cue the Chief music. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun.
Right, is that on our soundboard, Dustin? Can you get that on our soundboard?
I could work on that.
Oh man. All right, guys. I don't know if y'all told me enough to download it. That's a pretty big download. But
Is it?
but
Because you can download
do
just
like to-
multiplayer, right? You don't have to do
I
the
think
whole
it's
game.
like
Yeah,
50
it's free.
gigs. It's not like huge.
Yeah, it's free, and you can do just multiplayer. You gotta do the campaign, just like GTA. Yay, GTA.
it's a perfect example of what happens when you listen to the fans.
After how many
Well-
years has it been out already? To remind me again?
2 years.
Yeah. I'm still waiting for the re-release of the cat ears though. I missed
Oh,
out
yeah.
on that.
Hold on. I gotta know. Debbie, are you jumping on Halo? Is Debbie jumping on Halo?
William, are we? I don't know.
I mean, I have it downloaded, waiting for you. It's split screen, right?
Hey, well, I have
Online
it
split screen?
downloaded too. We could actually play that, like for real.
When does it
Oh, let's
drop?
do it.
Tuesday?
Wait.
Tuesday?
Is it playable on Xbox One?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Hey,
There's
there's
no
a Halo
difference
2 right
between
here.
Xbox
There's
One
a
and
Halo 2
Series
right here.
Okay.
Well,
Halo
so you,
fan?
Debbie, you're not sleeping tonight. Sorry, guys.
I downloaded Apex so I can play with Deb and Wolf. So, and we
And,
got
you know-
a win. We got a win. Remember?
We got a dub. They got a dub. Now we
Yeah,
just
You
need
hear
first
to
game
that,
play,
Walker? You hear that, Justin? A win is possible. Okay, you just need to give it a chance. Okay.
She
Okay.
carried that.
It was our first game too. Like our first game playing and win.
Yeah.
I won't say who
Debbie-
carried. All right.
Debbie went daddy mode.
Oh man,
He said
showed
that.
everybody. Yeah,
He
he
said
did say it. Yes, he did.
It's really quiet.
I was like,
Oh,
Walter?
yeah.
I don't know how to follow. Too funny. Oh, anyways, speaking
I
of the
lost you
amazing
today.
game Apex, so what do y'all guys think is going to be Game of the Year material?
Oh,
Tears of the Kingdom.
Nothing?
Be honest.
No
Let's just be honest.
opinions?
I'm
Like
I'm
nothing?
thinking of the games that have been out. But remember,
I mean, Baldur's Gate.
oh wait, is it gonna be
Baldur's Gate 3.
your Game of the Year, or is it gonna be
No.
like the ones from the Game of the Year awards?
You know what? Well,
It's
let's do
Game
this
of the
better.
Year awards.
Yeah,
Jeff Keighley.
what would make
a
Keighley's
game-
gonna give us
Game
Baldur's
of the
Gate.
Year?
100%.
Game Awards.
Yeah.
Game Awards.
Keighley's.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm
Okay.
gonna call it. Spider-Man's gonna be in there.
Wait. Before we start calling out the games and whatnot, do we think they are going to increase the numbers of nominees? Because it used to be like 4 or 5, right? And now it's like 6.
I think it was always 6.
But this year is so stacked. Like there are going to be so many snuffs. Like there is no winning, limiting it only to 6 games this year.
Well, the way they do it, well, for the people's vote is like they have the list of games, and then every
That's
week
the
they go and
people's
eliminate
vote.
them.
I mean, Halo.
But I
was-
imagine it's the same for
Yeah.
the creators too, and developer creators. They give you the list, and then they narrow it down like that every week or every however often they do it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe we should ask him if we can.
Watches.